This is McCook's Mr. Bill. So honored to have you here. We saw the giant hedge funds and billionaires take a beating this last week, shorting a stop game stock. Yeah. And of course those that saw it decided they were going to set up and make a sting, if you will. They deliberately jacked up the price so that the hedge funds and the billionaires lost a bucket of money. Some $5 billion. I tell you what, the rich man don't lose very often though. With that in mind though, you might say, well, I don't even know what I'm talking about with the stock market whatsoever. I, on any chart, would be dirt dog poor in wage and or wealth. Be that as it may, in my time I had some money. Went broke on the farm, hailed out 3 years in a row, and then saved up again most of $20,000 and invested in real estate and lost all of that. So needless to say, I've built up and lost. And I've made mistakes in the stock market as well. But I did take one time and I did have one good hit on the stock market. And the story is this. I had about 10 grand for our retirement. I know that's nothing to most of you, but that was what we built up after we'd been hit twice with going broke. But we built up, we had 10 grand, and so I, down there, a friend of mine who happened to be a stockbroker, and talking to him, and he said, well, you're getting 3% at the bank. He said, why don't you put it over into this stock? It was a bank stock. He said, put it in there. He said, I buy and sell it yearly. He said, I buy it in the fall, sell it in the spring, and he said it usually goes up between 8 and 12%. The stock itself goes up that much. And he said it has for the last 5 years. Okay. So that's what I did. I threw that 10 in there in the first year. Instead of getting, $300 for the $10,000, we got $1,200, or pretty close to it. That's a big difference. And we kept the money, or took the money out, and kept that for help us with our living expenses, which we were tight, no question. And so, be that as it may, and still holding the 10 for retirement. The next year, though, it started dropping. Now, we had paid $31 a share, and the next thing you know, it dropped down to 25. And I said, ooh, that hurt. And I said, that's not a good thing. And he said, don't worry about it. He said, it's going to keep going down, but it will come back. Leave it alone. And I said, no, I just don't feel comfortable. I said, I want out. And so I lost, what we end up less than $9,000, I guess, out of a $10,000 investment. But the way I looked at it, we'd made 12% the year before, so it wasn't as bad a hit as you might think. That's how I justified it. But later that year, that stock went to $1 a share. $1 a share. And I said, wife, I'd like to try something. And she said, go ahead. She said, it can only be the third time we go broke. Go ahead. And so I did. And I bought, roughly $9,000 worth of that $1 stock. In a year and a half, it went back to $15 a share. And I sold. What did we come out with? I think it was, what, $120,000 after taxes, $125,000, something like that, after taxes. That was a lottery ticket to me, or a massive sum of money, to say the least. Be that as it may, we didn't get to keep much of it because of the, wife had medical problems, and then I had some too at that time too. So, and we had very poor insurance, so we were stuck for the bill. Be that as it may, that was the best I ever had. But even this last year, when the stock dropped because of the supposed COVID Chinese disease, I didn't know where to jump in, because when you see stocks go to $1, you got to say, okay, how low is it going to go? So I didn't get in on the bottom, but I got in, as it started to come up, and I still, with what I invested in there, I still made 30%, and I'll hold it till the March here, and then we'll cash out so we can only have to pay 14% tax on it. But we did pretty good on that as well. And that's what you got to do, is watch out and, of course, follow some of the billionaires' advice to a point that says when everybody's selling, you buy, and when everybody's buying, you sell. At the same time, use your own gut experience and you know, see how it works for you. Do I know much about stocks? No. But just as I drive a car without knowing the mechanics of it, it's possible for you to make some money in the stock market. Good luck. Have a good day.